Hello everyone. Tonight's about darkness, if you haven't worked out already. Yep, this guy's pretty dark, and actually he's about as dark as you can go. I got that costume because of the darkness. So I found myself some Musou Black fabric, which is fantastic. It's like this extra plush velvet, but you can't see anything in it. When you play with it, it just ends up looking like a void in space. And that's exactly what I thought the Witch King's head should be like. So, got this one, yeah. After that, I got into fountain pens. And since then, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about ultra black inks and how they compare. But what I haven't seen is a fair comparison other than, it looks a bit darker than that one. Today, we're going to try and change that. So, I've got Mr. Dark here, the Witch King. I have, and the fabric, so the Musou Black fabric. But I also have Musou Black paint, this guy here. Can't put it in a fountain pen. I did try, but it just doesn't work out very well. Then I've got this selection of 2 mils of all of the various ultra dark black fountain pen inks that we're going to test against each other. That's all about it. No, I've got one more. It's the Pilot one. Oh, no. It's the Pilot ink, the black ink that came with my Pilot Custom 23, but I'm not quite sure where it is right now. This is a really cheap colorimeter spectrometer from Japan. No, what am I saying? It's from China. It's from China. Just thinking of the Pilot. Yeah, it's from China, and it will tell you very quickly whether 2 items have the same color. You can calibrate it so you set it up to be right in the middle of black and white, and then if you have super duper black things, it'll tell you that it's plus 90 black, and if you have something super duper white, it might tell you it's plus 90 white. Let's see how these different pigments compare, how these different inks compare to really dark. All right, let's get into it. It's going to take ages. So there we are. Now let's put some on the page, eh? So starting off with the first one, we've got Sailor Kuro. Here's the name. A couple of drops, and I'm going to smear it around. So I'll do 1, 2, and then I'm going to smear it around like this. Get a decent sized dot into the measurement. That's pretty good to me. Right, so it's time for some editing magic, because honestly this bit just takes way too long. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the chipmunk noises in the background as I get the ink down onto the paper. Next up we have Platinum Chou Kuro. Shake down drops. 2. Okay, we have last time out of darkness. It's easy. Yes. Oh, it's everything. At the end of fountain things. One minute. Musou Black. Stir. Still a lot in there, but it's really thick. I've had it for a while. I think it's drying out. Let's see if it's possible to fill a syringe with this stuff, just even just a little bit. I reckon it's going to work. It's pretty black. Oh my goodness. No. Tar from an oil field. Put it on the bottom before some disaster occurs, hey? So, yeah, got some on the back of my finger, wonderful. So, deal with that later. Okay. Right, in focus, so we've got Musou Black. Oh, I dropped some there, what do you know? Let's just pull it up to the main area, what do you reckon? A couple of drops there. 1 and 2. Oh man, it's so juicy. Look at that. Thick, so thick. Let's put a bit over there. That would do it. I reckon. Just move that a bit here, yeah. Alright, well, there we go. Just gotta wait for them to dry, hey? See you in a little while. Okay, so here we are. We've got some ink samples from the fountain pen inks, so from the Sailor Kuro all the way through to the Noodler's Heart of Darkness, right? So you can see it there. All of these inks dried overnight, and they have varying amounts of colour in there and reflection that you can see. And I mean, look, from my untrained eye here, in terms of the fountain pen inks, it looks to me like this Chou Kuro ink is the darkest, right? But when you see this last one at the bottom here, this Musou Black paint, tell you what, that seems like it's next level, doesn't it? Anyway, I think it's time to actually put some numbers to these things. So what did I get? I've got this beautiful little device here from AliExpress, and when it's got this calibration disc underneath that has a particular colour, and you clip it on and you just click it once to do a scan, and then to make that the baseline, you hold it for a couple of seconds, right? And now it goes on to D delta, so DL. And that's the top one, is the one that we're interested in. This one is how white or how black is it with respect to the standard. So as we saw, the standard is white, yeah? So they're all going to be on the black side of things, but exactly how much? Let's have a look. So if I did it again on the same calibration standard, it's 0 all the way through, so there's no change, yeah? So that's as you'd expect. But if you put it on the fountain pen inks, you click it, and what do we get for that one? That says 70.7. I hope you can read it there. I hope you can. Anyway, it's 70.7. Let's write it down. Let's write this down. Be scientific and all. Okay, so 70.7. Where do you reckon? Over here, yeah. 70.7. Okay, next one. Delamy T53 Obsidian. 70.3, so very close. This is on the black end, of course. So 70.3. So it's 70.3 units away from the baseline in the dark. So it's negative 7.3 black, 70.3. Next one, Platinum Carbon Black is 65.0. Okay, so not as good as the other ones for darkness. 65 point nothing. Let's leave the Platinum one for now, because that one just looks a bit nice, and I want to do that at the end, I think. So here we are with the Takesumi. We've got negative 69 point nothing. So 69.9.0. Then the Twisby is 64.8. Right. Then the Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Final fountain pen ink before the Chou Kuro, of course, sorry. 68.2. 68.2. So where are we? So far, the darkest is the Sailor Kuro up the top there. So, I mean, you can see there that just by moving it around, you get this big reflection. Yeah, so, and it looks a bit brown to me. It doesn't really look as dark as the Chou Kuro. Okay, so let's test that one out. So, and you see, like when you press the button, it gives you a flash. So you get that reflection. Let's try it out. What do we get? 75.3. New winner, 75.3. Not bad, eh? Okay, so it's as expected. This is the darkest one, but we have a special entry here for a paint that is not a fountain pen ink, but man, is that ever dark. And look, when you move the page around, it's not like the fountain pen inks where they all change a lot. Like this one just stays black. Very little reflection in any direction. And I should add that this, you're supposed to apply it with an airbrush, with lots and lots of individual coats, very diffuse, and make a tiny amount of the paint through the airbrush very slowly, right? So this here was smeared. It was smeared with a syringe. Not ideal, yeah. But despite that, so what do we got? We got 75.3. What do you reckon this one's going to be? 80.9. 80.9. Well, there we are. So, wonderful, 80.9. So we have a winner. Or do we? Well, still got this one to go. And for the observant ones among you, you might have noticed that the background here is actually pretty good in terms of darkness, right? That green screen is getting rid of a lot of information there. Tell you what, though, it's actually fabric, isn't it? This is the Musou Black fabric. This is the velvet that I was talking to you about that has the Witch King. His head is wrapped around that, so, well, my head at comic book conventions and the like. Let's just see what that fabric tells us with respect to the other one. So we had 80.9 was the paint, and the fabric is 89.6. You heard right. 89.6. Jeez, that is dark. Like, it is so much darker than just the paint, and it's an order of magnitude better than all of those fountain pen inks. Well, I'm quantifying it, saying that it's an order of magnitude better. I mean, no, I don't know what. Ooh, here we are. You see something here that I've hidden on the right, on the left there. Yeah, look, I don't know what the scale is. I assume it's linear, but light does weird stuff with the way that your eyes perceive it. So I really shouldn't say just how much this difference in darkness means practically. I don't really know. All I know is that the number is a lot bigger, and I like big numbers like that. There's the Musou Black paint, by the way. And right next to us here, we've got the Witch King's head. Should we get this out of the holder here and have a bit of a look? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? It's pretty decent. It's pretty black. It's pretty black, eh? Put your hand behind that. You cannot see it. How good's that? Yeah, when I went to that comic book convention in Australia here, that was the Supernova, I wore this plus the full costume with the helms, all made out of proper thick metal. But rather than take the sword, which would have terrified the kiddies, I brought a rainbow lightsaber with one of those proffy boards, and that was pretty cool because kids didn't mind so much. Got the Witch King there, but he's got a rainbow lightsaber, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I reckon that's it, guys and gals. Enjoy the rest of your night.